Hello, this is Weird Al Yankovic, and you're listening to the Dr. Demento Show. The reason radio was invented.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
In the morning, laughing happy fish heads. In the evening, floating in the soup.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
Ask a fish head anything you want to. They won't answer, they can't talk.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
I took a fish head out to see a movie. Didn't have to pay to get it in.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
They can't play baseball, they don't wear sweaters. They're not good dancers. They don't play drums.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum.
Roly-poly fish heads are never seen drinking cappuccino in Italian restaurants with Oriental women. Yeah.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up, yum. Yeah.
Young Fish Heads by Barnes & Barnes, #1 on the Dr. Demento Funny 5. I'll be right back with it.
The other night, I was walking down the street. I was getting kind of hungry. I decided to get me something to eat. Now, I passed up all the chain franchise joints on Hamburger Row and stopped at a little greasy spoon place I always eat at called Eat. Sit and go. Get you one of those greasy hamburgers all peppered up, lay you up in the hospital for 10 days. So I ordered me up a couple of them grease bombs. Waitress brought them over, lifted up the bun, checked them out. Damn, no ketchup. So I nudged the guy sitting next to me at the counter. I said, hey, partner, how about passing the ketchup over? Suddenly, this little bitty green hand holding a ketchup bottle came into view. And I freaked. Because the guy sitting next to me was a Martian. Now, in 28 years eating hamburgers, I ain't never run into no Martian. Not at 2:30 in the morning, and certainly not at a fine scarfing establishment like Eat. Well, he was sitting over there with a bunch of colored sticks on his plate, and I looked over at him and I said, what you eating there, boy? Crayons? And he said,
Why, no, they're Martian cigarettes. Here, try one.
well, about a half hour later, he looked over at me and smiled. Them old Martians ain't got but 2 teeth in their head. And he said,
How do you feel?
and I said, well, so good. Yeah, dude. Go boogie. Go boogie. Ow, you break day. Meanwhile, back at Keedz, I was still thinking. I said, how come out of all the places you could have landed, you ended up here? He said,
Well, according to my lunar space maps, this town here is supposed to be
the Boogie capital of the USA! So I asked him, I said, now where else you been, boy? And he told me. He said, I rocked them over and I rocked them down. Rocked them in the country, I rocked them in town. Rocked them from Memphis on up to Maine. Woke up a lady and she asked my name. Told her the name was on tail of my shirt. I said, yeah, Martian don't have to work. Yeah, I feel so good. Yeah. Gonna work, yeah. Martian Boogie!
Excuse me, sir. Would you mind getting out of your train of thought?
What?
Where's the big idea, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I don't understand. I was thinking.
Yeah, your mind was wandering all over the place. May I see your degree, please?
Sure, here.
Take it out of the frame.
Sorry. It's a community college learner's permit.
You need a BA to drive this idea home.
Oh, I must have been lateral thinking and not realized it. See, I had to think fast to get around that mental block back there, and I didn't notice the limits.
This degree's expired. I ought to throw the encyclopedia at you.
Why? Is this a controlled thought zone?
Yes, it is, sir. See the sign?
School. I guess I was letting my thoughts wander all over the avenue of consideration.
You almost collided with established dogma back at those presumptions.
I wasn't thinking straight.
I see. Have you been drinking, sir?
A couple of beers, but I'm not illogical.
Well, it should stop your thought process right now, but I'm going to give you a ticket for quick thinking.
That's 3 points off my IQ.
And the fine is a penny for your thoughts.
I'll get back into the flow of normal thought, officer.
You go straight to your inevitable conclusion. It's foregone. You can't miss it.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, officer.
Okay, off with you. Kids, too damn smart for their own good.
The Frantics on the Dr. Demento Show with You Were Speeding, a hit record that Atlantic put out in 1958 that is totally unlike everything else that they were famous for.
One morning when I was out shopping, though you'll find it hard to believe, a little blue man came out of the crowd and timidly tugged at my sleeve.
I love you,
said the little blue man.
I love you to bits. I love you.
He loved me, said the little blue man, and scared me right out of my wits. I hurried back to my apartment. I rushed in and I closed the door. But there on the desk stood the little blue man, who started to tell me once more.
I love you,
said the little blue man.
I love you to bits. I love you.
He loved me, said the little blue man, and scared me right out of my wits. For weeks after that I was haunted, though no one could see him but me. Right by my side was the little blue man, wherever I happened to be.
I love you.
One evening in wild desperation, I rushed to a rooftop in town, and over the side pushed the little blue man, who sang to me all the way down.
I love you. I love you.
Said the little blue man.
I love you. I love you to bits.
He loved me, said the little blue man, and scared me right out of my wits. I whispered, thank goodness that's over. I smiled as I hurried outside, but there on the street stood the little blue man, who said with a tear in his eye,
I don't love you anymore.
Betty Johnson and the Little Blue Man on the Dr. Demento Show, and record researcher Joel Whitburn came up with a great bit of trivia. The voice of the Little Blue Man is Hugh Downs, the longtime TV personality, best known as the host of 2020. Oswego, Portland, Classic Hits 106.7. Whoopee!
Hi, I'm Cheech.
And I'm Chong.
And we're Chicken Tongue.
And you're listening to
Dr. Demento
Show.
Hey.
Specialty, because my trip is guilt, you want my remedy. I make a bad chicken soup from one bullies to another. If you haven't guessed yet, I am your Jewish mother. My youngest is a babe, but I can plan ahead. I've made him reservations at Yeshiva Med. He doesn't have to be a dentist or an MD. I would be just as happy with a lawyer in the family. You know my Moishe sounds goyish. 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 You used to call me princess, now just call me queen, because I made a generation, I'm a baby machine. Now you can watch me very unlike every other. I'm a real-time genuine Yiddish mother. Moishe, come here, Moishe.
Mama, I told you not to call me that. It's Michael now. The name is Michael.
Moishe, I look, I slave, I die for you yet. And what thanks do I get? Hollywood. You want you should be a star.
Mama, please.
Too many Woody Allen movies when you should have been at Hebrew school. You think I didn't know? And then what do you do? You date shiksas. Why not a nice Jewish girl?
Oh, please.
I keep each holiday in a religious way, and maybe sometimes I'm not kosher, but I do say oy vey, and I've seen Israel, so if you ask me, well, I'll take a Jewish mother's joy and was a listen to Goyim. If you want religion and you want it bad, I strongly recommend you go see the rabbi.
When I look out into your eyes out there, when I look out into your faces, you know what I see? I see a little bit of Elvis in each and every one of you out there. Let me tell you, well, Elvis is everybody. Elvis is still the king. Man, oh man, what I want you to see is that the big Keedz, I do He's in everything. He's in everybody. Elvis is in your jeans. He's in your cheeseburgers. Elvis is in Nutty Buddies. Elvis is in your mom. He's in everybody. He's in the young, the old, the fat, the skinny, the white, the black, the brown, and the blue. People got Elvis in them too. Elvis is in everybody out there. Everybody's got Elvis in them. Everybody except one person, that is. Yeah, one person. The evil opposite of Elvis. The anti-Elvis. Anti-Elvis got no Elvis in him, let me tell you. Michael J. Fox has no Elvis in him. Yeah, and Elvis is in Joan Rivers, but he's trying to get out, man. He's trying to get out. Listen up, Joni, baby. Elvis is everywhere. Elvis is everything. Elvis is everybody. Elvis is still the king. Man, oh man, what I want you to see is that the big E's out of you and me. Ow. Man, there's a lot of unexplained phenomenon out there in the world. A lot of things people say, what the heck's going on? Let me tell ya. Who built the pyramid? Elvis! Who built Stonehenge? Elvis! Yeah, man, you see guys walking down the street pushing shopping carts, and they think they're talking to Allah, they're talking to themselves. Man, no, they're talking to Elvis! 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 You know what's going on in that Bermuda Triangle? Down the Bermuda Triangle. Elvis needs boats. Elvis needs boats. Elvis, 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 Elvis needs boats. Ah, the sailing Elvis. Captain Elvis. Commodore Elvis it is. Yeah, man, you know, people from outer space, they come up to me, they don't look like Dr. Spock. They don't look like Klingons, all that Star Trek jive. They look like Elvis. Elvis! Everybody in outer space looks like Elvis, because Elvis is a perfect being. We're all moving in perfect peace and harmony towards Elvisness. Soon all will become Elvis. Everything, everywhere will be Elvis. Why do you think they call it evolution anyway? It's really Elvis-lution. Elvis-lution. Elvis is everywhere. Elvis is everything. Elvis is everybody. Elvis is still the king. Oh man, what I want you to see is not you and me. Elvis is everywhere. Elvis is everything. Elvis is everybody. Elvis is still the king. Oh man, what I want you to see is the big got you and me. Elvis.
Thank you, man.
And thank you, Mojo.
Come on. Hey, ouch. Let's do it. Okay. It's a world of acne, a world of germs. It's your brand new dog coming down with worms. It's the notes being played by a cockroach parade. It's the real world after all. It's a world of ulcers, a world of cysts. It's the hole in the road that you never miss. It's them cheap underwear creeping up to your hair. It's the real world after all. 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 It's a real world after all. It's a world of hunger, a world of sin. It's a million products to keep you thin. It's machinery exhaust causing air to be lost. It's a real world after all. It's a world of stark mediocrity. It's a world of mindless activity. It's the little white lie inside mom's apple pie. It's a real world after all. It's the real world after all. Cold hard steel world after all. Slimy eel world after all. Well, it's the real world after all. It's a world that's black and a world that's blue, and you must duck logic to get you through. It's the sudden attack of a knife in your back. It's the real world after all. It's the real world after all. Spinning wheel world after all. Cold hard steel world after all. Well, it's the real world after all.
Yay! That was really a lot of fun.
Oh, I can't breathe. I got blisters on my fingers.
From the Duck Logic basement tapes, that was It's a Real World.
I was strolling through the park one night and oh, I felt so blue when I heard a little voice say,
I'm so lonely too.
Then I turned around to look, and to my surprise, a little space girl sat there crying right before my eyes. Stepping up a little closer to see what I could see, she said,
Mr. Earthman, will you please marry me?
I said, well, no, I couldn't do that. Well, that just wouldn't be right. 'Cause you and me and you, we don't even look alike. 'Cause you got 4 arms,
The better to hold you,
3 lips,
the better to kiss you,
3 eyes.
all the better to see. I can really rock and swing, 'cause I've got more of everything. Oh, Mr. Earthman, will you marry me?
Then I said, what will people think when we go strolling by? Why, they not only laugh at us, they lay right down and die. Then they'd put you and me in jail, there we would be. And the people, they'd come from miles around just to look at you and me. 'Cause you got 4 arms,
The better to hold you,
3 lips,
the better to kiss you,
3 eyes.
all the better to see. I can really rock and swing, 'cause I've got more of everything. Oh, Mr. Earthman, will you marry me?
I said, this thing's gone far enough. I've had enough of it. She said,
Please, Mr. Earthman, just one little kiss.
I said, okay, 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 but then you go away. But when I finished kissing her, I had this to say, oh, you got 4 arms,
The better to hold you,
3 lips,
the better to kiss you,